Check in, you rodeo clowns. How's it looking out there?
Nothing here, boss. Nice and still. Mostly quiet here. Picking up some light stomping, but I'm guessing we got sorrows on the move. I'll keep my ears on it.
Solid copy. Quigs?
Actually, I got some unusual particulates in the air to the south of Short Spire.
Leftover pressure from last night's duster?
I'm seeing it too. Got some thermal noise, but...
Alpha, this is Trimony. Return immediately.
What's up, Jake?
We got unknown vehicles. No IDs, no chatter. Definitely on vector for Short Spire. I think it might be...
What in the hell? Warning shots?
Return immediately. Hostile confirmation.
Squad, break and approach. Defend location from the inside. Go! Squad, this is McKinney. Where are you?
Clem, I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's happening here in Gamble, and it's happening over in Dirk's Gulch, too.
What? Why isn't my squad talking?
I don't know. I'll look into it. But there is a huge amount of heat from the front gate of Short Spire. Get there, but be careful. You might be on your own.
God damn, what is happening? I'm glad lockdown procedure went off without a hitch, but I'm gonna have to clear a path through the streets and emergency gates. Forgive me, folks.
outside all three locations, and they're scrambling all mech-to-mech comms. They've got militia units pinned down under huge amounts of suppressing fire, but they... Odd.
What is it?
They aren't advancing on your units or even into the towns. It's like they don't want them inside.
Goddamn. Jake, we're being sieged.
I think you're right. Ain't no death chatter on the medical channels, which aren't scrambled.
Because they want us to know that. This is an act of strategic coercion. I need to stop this now. Need to get to the source of this before the Coalition raises the white flag. patrol in the air. I should take these out and get some comms back. Almost to the town square. Source is there.
Clem, can you hear me?
Elijah? How are you talking to me?
I'm at the Garcias on the shortwave. Got some bandwidth when you pop the jammers. I'm gonna get in their MK1 and come fight.
Absolutely not, Elijah. These aren't marauders. These are mercs, and there's a lot of them. You need to leave.
Are you kidding me with that? This is our home. Dad never would have just left if this was happening, and you know damn well you wouldn't either.
Fine. Get on the emergency frequency and tell everyone to maintain the lockdown, and that I'm dealing with this. Do not get in that raptor, or I will kill you myself before they do.
Goddamn, Clem. Roger that. Get him, sis.
I will. Now shut up. These sons of bitches got floaters deployed in case all this goes south for them. Have to get rid of these two, and I know damn well they're gonna shoot back.
Samuel Standage, my dear. It appears you are, Captain Clementine McKinney. Pleasure. I've come here to make a proposition to your formidable and resourced coalition.
Besieging us with your forces? Is that how you do business?
Not ideally. I tried it the amicable way, and your decision-makers were not interested in considering. Now, I'm doing it the not-so-amicable way. The only thing I want is for your lovely coalition to make some goods and feed my men. You'll get good jobs, good money, and much better security than your endearing yet ill-equipped little militia. Sadly, it looks like we are past that. Now you've got a stubborn little settlement here, and I don't actually want to hurt anyone. So be a sweet thing, and go fetch your incumbent ringleader.
You're full of shit, Standage.
Beg your pardon, miss.
You have no intention of doing anything peacefully. You live in 3 inches of blood and bullshit, and I can smell it through your hatch. Remove yourselves.
underestimated you, ma'am. I yield.
Clem, don't you dare let that bastard live! You're right, he's full of shit, and there's no way he's yielding. Clem, I can't tell you what to do, but he needs to face justice. His scheme might have backfired, but this is still a huge violation of the regional code. I say apprehend him.
We're not killers or lawmen. We are protectors, and he is defeated. Stand down immediately and leave this region. If any of us ever see you in a raptor again, you will be gunned down.
You are as intelligent as you are benevolent.
Shut the hell up. Just leave.
Good job, Captain. I'm worried about him. What if he comes back?
Then he will have forfeited the generous mercy I gave him. I've made my decision. Let's clean up.
Roger that.
Clem?
Jake, it's Dandage. He's changed his vector.
One last thing, ma'am. While you are a very talented soldier, you are not a particularly good protector.
Hey, Clem. I can't imagine how much you're hurting, even after all this time. And I can't imagine how aggressively you're taking it out on your lungs and liver. I hate it, and I want to help. We just repossessed an old garage and a junky disassembled Mark II. Got a lucrative job, too, just sitting here. You'll have some feelings about it, but I promise it's a good one. All of it's yours if you come to the Red Expanse. I need to not bury you in the middle of nowhere with nothing in your stomach. Please come. P.S. Still looking for Elijah, but you doing what you're doing ain't helping. Marshal Jake Trimony. Damn, Clem. You put her together in no time at all. How long did it take?
5 hours and 17 minutes. 47 minutes longer than it should have taken.
I see. There a problem in the guts?
Oddly, no. It's from the scrappers. But it's still a Mark II. Got much better oxygen diffusion, simpler input-output mechanisms, and is built for modification.
So what was the problem?
I was the problem. Too many times I was staring at something wonderfully simple and thinking, it can't be this easy. What mistakes have I made? And then I gummed myself up. Put together more military raptors than I can count. But becoming efficient then and there cost me 47 minutes here and now. I thought,
Well, it's done now.
it is. This girl can carry 2,700 pounds of stainless steel death and maintain a strafing speed of 22 miles per hour. Every combat system interlocks perfectly with the endoskeleton, and she's got over 3.5 inches of plate on every joint, bone, and instrument. She's magnificent. Fingers crossed I can actually get inside and never mind. Got good news for me.
Let's get some fresh air and talk.
This is garbage.
It ain't garbage. It's just probationary. You'll be able to pick from a selection of low-risk marks with no one crawling up your crack. Except me. But I'm used to your stink.
Low risk, Jake. Which means low profit. What is the problem here?
Look, the Syndicate ain't comfortable just yet. They know about Kane beds, and your stock is low.
Are you kidding me right now? I came here because you said I'd have actual work.
I know, and you will. Just gotta get you back in shape.
For fuck's sake. So what do I do then?
You shape up.
Tell me what that looks like to your people.
Well, listen. We repossessed this place from another pilot. He's a piece of criminal dog shit, but he wasn't stupid. This building and this location, primed to be the foundation of a legitimate operation. You, of all people, can get it there. Clean it up, power it up, turn it into the self-sustaining operation we both know it could be, and take on a handful of low-risk bounties. Once you do that, I can reapproach the syndicate and we can get you what you want.
And you're confident about that?
I am. You'll be wearing that bounty star before you know it, and then the cash will start pouring in.
Fine. I will attempt this. Now get out of here so I can work. Suppose it's official now. I'm a bounty hunter. It's probationary, which is more than a little infuriating. But it's work. Jake's trying to scrape up a bounty for me. Bless his big, dumb heart. Suspect he'll contact me soon. For now, I need to step outside and rattle out the brainworms. I like this one.
All right, Clem, I'm prepping a bounty for you. Looks like Cleet is looking to trade some curio for a quick and dirty bot cleanup at one of his old ranching spaces.
That is wildly auspicious.
Ah, it ain't. Cleet has adored you since your screaming match about motorcycle engines. Help him out and get paid.
All right, what's my next step?
Hang tight. I'm doing the paperwork. When the bounty's ready to go, I'll send it over. You can pursue when you're prepped. Meantime, do what you gotta do.
Roger that. I'ma eat.
Good idea. Expect the bounty within the hour.
I'm starving, and it's bad luck to get in a raptor on an empty stomach. I ought to throw something together. I want some corn for this meal. Now's as good a time as ever to get that merchant terminal up and running so I can put in an order. I've got a battery I can use. A little of this, a little of that. Done and dusted. Huh, that's a pretty respectable pile of books. Looks like it was sent to the previous owner. Well, he's behind bars, so they're mine now. I'm gonna put these away.
You're all set. I've sent over the bounty, and you can accept and pursue whenever you're ready.
Copy.
Be safe out there, prickly pear.
Have you never been walking? Yeah, and time set free to walk on my
warning. This girl can still overheat. If I let that happen, I'll be a sitting duck for a few seconds while the system reboots.
Howdy, Journal. It's been a while, but you must forgive me. My fondness for writing burned out a few moments back. However, I still recognize that writing without fondness can still be medicinal, and it's time to swallow it down. To whomever might stumble upon these words one day, my name is Clementine McKinney. I go by Clem. I was once a soldier, and a protector, and a sister. But then I messed up, and now I'm nothing. I tried to just fade away in the middle of nowhere, hoping all memories of me would become dandelion seeds on the wind. But I underestimated the cruelty of an empty stomach and couldn't turn down my friend's food. Now here I am in the red expanse, doing the one thing I've ever been good at. Tuning war machines and then using them to make death. If you stare into the long braid of cruel ironies, that is my story. It is fairly obvious that my destiny is to fire bullets. Fingers crossed I can put on a star and hijack enough coin from the incompetent law that I can slide on past here and into the next abyss, cash in hand. It's barely a teaspoon of hope, but it's still hope. I should get on out of here and get paid. Looks like I got a letter from Cleet. Let's see what that old buffalo has to say.
Well, howdy, Clementine. I really appreciate you helping me out. Well, I'd love to restore that old corral and keep some beef there, but bots and smugglers like it too much. Now that you're on the job, this might actually change someday, but only if you stay frosty. With that being said, there's a little nook just south of your garage, right past the old exit 4 turnoff. You're welcome to use it any time as an exercise space for that raptor of yours. Cleet. Oh, P.S. Saw this at the thrift and thought of you. Please take it.
Cleet wasn't kidding about this place. This is rightly spacious. Good thing I still got this old training software. We'll just leave it on while I'm here. Busted up bots wandering around here will make good dummies, too. Looks like I owe Cleet another drink.
got your first live one here. A local thief with a litany of petty charges on his head. Most recently, he made off with a few carts of goods from the Moonlight Ranch Company, and they've posted the bounty.
You got a location?
Him and his gang seem to have made camp at Coyote Wash.
Sounds simple enough.
Not so fast. He's wanted dead or alive. Dead is fine, but alive means more in your pocket. If you don't have a chain binder on your Raptor, now's the time to rectify that.
Understood. I'm on it. If I want to bring in live marks, I'll need that chain binder. Unfortunately, that ain't out of the box Raptor equipment. I'm gonna build one. This will hold together nice.
I need to be extra careful about heat. Can't go too hard all at once or I'm asking for trouble. Need to watch my step here. These donkeys love to lay down mines. Got to avoid or shoot them to not get my girl's legs blown out.
Now that I've been out destroying things for money twice, I am reminded, albeit a little painfully, about my relationship with raptors. I'm reminded about how much love, intimacy, and care that I once had for these things. My fellow soldiers would ask me why my Raptors rifles never jammed, or why the ordnance never shook loose. What those dumbasses didn't understand is that I'd be in the garage with my beast until the oil burned out, and I wouldn't go to sleep until it was purring like a kitten on the diagnostic chains. I loved every bleary-eyed moment of it, and I really loved when my perfectly cleaned and mounted LM repeaters would cut down an entire line of strike armor before the second formation even showed up. Earlier I felt like I was in a bit of a pickle. Do I load machines of war on principle, or do I lean into the tremendous pleasure and power and let myself enjoy it meld? Because now I feel it slowly wrapping its arms around me, and there's some shame in it, but I'm gonna lean into my beast again, using its plate to cover up and hide my flesh, using its legs to walk up hills I cannot, and using its steel to make a few less bad people alive. Might be the only way to make the universe feel less broken. Fingers crossed. I can be mad at this place that I don't want to be in all day long, but it sure is tough to grit my teeth when it's got a nighttime that looks like this. I'm aware of the perfectly boring reasons all this visual phenomena appears, but I like to pretend some moon goddess died in this valley, and this was her parting gift to those that wept for her. It'll never get old. Now I've done enough for one day. Time to apply a fresh coat of drool to my pillow. A letter from Jake. He usually calls. Let's see here.
Clem, I just had to kick the doors open on a construction guild warehouse that was moving and storing contraband. They're shut down now, but we're in the process of redistributing their high-quality equipment to people that'll use them. Figured you might get some use out of this. Jake.
Well, I ain't gonna sit on this workbench upgrade plan. This is what I'm doing for now, and I won't be able to do it for long if I rest on my cheeks with yesterday's tech. not allowed to make coffee anymore. This tastes like you brewed it in a trash bag.
Hey, I know my coffee is unterrific, but I am a high-ranking officer of the law. I have deputies that make my coffee for me.
I am not at the appropriate consciousness level for conversations with bureaucrats.
No shit. That garden could really be something. If you're wanting to push your coin, you could get some corn and some beans going at the very least. Maybe some citrus, even.
I was thinking the same thing. As much as I'd love to just order all my food and spend that cooking time on my Raptor, that's no way to treat a stomach.
Exactly. And hell, you get some clean plant water going, and there ain't no good reason you can't also have chickens. You got plenty of room for some coops and even some incubators.
Pump the brakes. I moved into here 3 seconds ago.
I understand you don't want to be in Rosewater Bluff around all them despicable good folk, but this place has space to spare. Cultivate it.
I don't disagree, Jake. One thing at a time is all I'm saying.
All right, fair enough. I'm just excited for you, cowgirl.
Anything interesting going up on the bounty board today?
Yes, actually. A burner and his crew, all wanted for a disgusting myriad of crimes. We believe they sleep off their benches up at the Ararat Hotel.
Burners? That's rightly horrifying.
Absolutely. I wouldn't let anyone outside a Raptor anywhere near one. Yeah, now, I'd prefer him alive, but you're the professional. I'll take what you give me.
Roger that.
I'm gonna head out, prickly pear. I'll have your bounty on the board today.
While I'm waiting for Jake, I should take care of my guts. I like raw cactus as much as the next bottom-feeding mercenary, but I'm feeling spicy. Time to mix it up in the kitchen with a big, fat, delicious breakfast burrito. I'll need a heat source, though, so let's see what's on the market. Looks like shit. A little of this, a little of that, done and dusted.
The bounty is on the board. Pursue whenever you're ready, but be careful with those burners.
They really that burly?
Yes, and out their minds on labor drugs. Nasty mix of steroids, amphetamines, and stimulants. Unsurprisingly, they love grenade launchers. Just don't get careless.
I wouldn't dream of it. Get that curio ready. This will hold together nice. The cost of fuel is hitting my bottom line a little too hard. I should get an electrolyzer so I can refill my Raptor's fuel cells myself. Maybe there's one up on the market. Looks like shit, but sure does work. Now I just gotta power it up and give it some water. Time to put this old belt buckle to use.
Work on getting your own fuel going. Now that bounty work has become a little more cost-effective for you, I'm gonna start feeding you low-priority bounties.
What does that mean?
Well, they're similar to regular bounties, but they can be taken or ignored anytime you'd like.
That's very helpful.
Well, more than a few hunters share these bounties. If you think there's some fruit in one, jump on it, because these opportunities come and go by the day. Also, I'm going to give you access to the Hunter's Surplus. It's a legal repository of hunting tools. There's some destructive new toys in there, so have fun, but not too much.
That's exciting. Thanks, Jake.
Great work out there. When you caught your breath and feel like going back out, I got a good one for you.
Hit me.
Well, the mark isn't particularly interesting here. Just a standard gang of lawbreakers, but the place is. You'll be headed to the grave, Tanks.
That farm down in the grasslands?
You got it. It's called that these days because it's cursed real estate. The father of the last family that owned the property got real deep in gambling debt. Didn't take long to get involved with bad folks' coin.
And I presume he couldn't make good.
You'd be presuming right. He didn't make it out his front porch before he met his end. Tossed him in one of his own corn silos like chicken scratch.
Hell's horses.
Yep. Family and farmhands got the hell out of town, but before the syndicate could deal with it, thieves made it a popular squad. Clean them out, and the syndicate will pay up.
I'm on it.
But keep your eyes peeled. There's some leftover goods you might appreciate.
If the syndicate is letting Jake offer this to me, it means they're easing up on their misgivings about me. That's good news for my wallet. Here's what happened today, Journal. Whatever syndicate mouthpiece has been trying to keep me at the kids' table is finally letting off. They looked at the silly little reports Jake has to write whenever I do the law's job for them, and they saw something they liked. Now, I don't give a damn what some merchant government bureaucrat thinks of me, but I also don't want to be relegated. My point is, this is good news. I'm sitting on a pile of dead thieves yet again, and they recognize me now. Firmly in the category of less thrilling developments is the farming I'm about to do. Being in this place for a moment reminded me of greener times and places. We all had to work the fields back in Short Spire. Soldiers, teachers, doctors, adults, children. You couldn't have convinced young me of this, but it was good for me, and my guts. I'll need to do a little more work to get it started, but I think somewhere in my lower intestines is a little fragment of excitement. Even slimy bounty hunters need some homegrown food, and it'll open up this farce of a kitchen I got going. My pockets are getting a little thirsty. Let's go get paid.
Yate Clem. My name is Yute. Jake gave me your line. I hope that's okay.
Sure is. How can I help?
I heard you dealt with the Corrigan gang, and I'm impressed. Weren't exactly petty thieves.
You heard it right. I'd love to be chipper about that one, but more thieves will take their place before we know it.
Exactly right. And people like you will need to show up and deal with them too. With that being said, where do you buy your Raptor weaponry?
At the moment, the law is swinging me limited access to the Hunter's surplus.
I see. The Hunter's surplus ain't nothing, but it ain't great. So I'll tell you what. I need a little help moving some unsavory types away from one of my more isolated caches of product. If you agree to take out the trash for me, I'll make a short line of beautiful combat systems available to you at your merchant terminal right now. Assuming you want something a little more robust than your surplus selections.
A fairly tantalizing offer. I believe we can do business.
Yeah! And as time goes on, I'll have more on offer for you. Just keep doing that good work you're doing. If you stick with me exclusive, I'll shave a little off the cost.
Fair enough. Thanks, Yute.
Hot agone.
This will hold together nice. be honest with you, Journal. Now that I'm back in the beast and starting to make some curio, I'm more than a little excited about the prospect of new toys. Back in my war days, nothing took the edge off a grueling day of arbitrary hierarchy, like taking a hot bath and assembling a Cagney FTF auto pistol, or rebarreling a Raven X artillery platform, or cleaning out a Chevelle repair mechanism. Thanks to this deal with Ute, I'm looking at a firepower increase that means bigger and better opportunities down the line. I'm a little worried I'm still in the first chapter of the Red Expanse bestiary, and a more diverse gun rack eases that worry some. I feel like I got the slightest whiff of soldier off Ute. Could be imagining things, but she seems far too comfortable stashing Raptor weaponry in a thief's locker room to be a mundane merchant. I should get on out of here before new parasites show up and make me kill them. Taking bullets for free doesn't seem like a wildly good use of time. Clem. This will hold together.
So, little Gecko's told me you just did a job for one Ute Atakai. Is that true?
She didn't give me her last name, but I can't imagine we're not talking about the same Ute. There a problem?
Not at all. Glad she reached out to you, actually.
Oh? Why is that?
Her wares are very high quality. Even we buy from her sometimes. But mainly she's a sharp and interesting person you're destined to like a whole lot.
I don't need a new friend.
Yes, you literally do. But I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just putting it on the table and asking you to keep your mind open.
All right, Jake. Got anything else for me?
I will soon. Hang tight for a couple days. You're getting awful close to that star, and some exciting new things are about to hit your board.
Understood. But while I'm waiting, I'd like to get some greens going. Can you swing me access to the Gardening Guild Marketplace?
I certainly can, and I'll do it for you right now.
In order to start growing greens, I gotta get a plant bed going, so I have a place to cultivate and harvest. Now, I remember how to make short spire plant beds, but I've always wanted to build the Red Expanse type. I can buy a blueprint or buy pre-assembled thanks to my Gardening Guild access. can't wait to break this. Red Expanse plant beds are unique. A uranium-rich region, these beds use a specific form of highly radiated soil. It's a dangerous and fascinating method. While the yields are fairly normal, the time to maturity is downright staggering. Hours to days, depending on the crop. Low rate of mutation, too. They're a little too dangerous to use in farms, but for the home grower, they're incredible. And they can be upgraded. Let's get growing. Should have some seeds lying around, but I can always buy seeds on the market. I'll be able to use these yields in my own meals, and sell the surplus if I choose.
Yate! Killer work out there. You saved me a lot of cash.
Sure thing. You weren't bluffing about your pieces. High quality goods. Genuinely reliable.
Aye.
What can I do for you?
As with all new clients, I'm here to thank you to your face, size you up, and put a gift in your hands.
Seems an awful lot like you served.
I did. Was in 2 of the 3 Santa Mexico wars. Was on foot for the first and on comms for the second. Humor me how you knew.
You just don't have the stink of the gun fencing donkeys I've always had to deal with. And you just gave me something you'd only know to give me if you could assess my service location. Thank you, by the way. This brings back memories. Some of them are even pleasant.
You are welcome, Clem. You've got the perception I expect from a lunatic raptor pilot.
Ha! We are a sort.
A sort I'm glad to be in business with. You stay sharp out there and just give me a call if you're looking for something. It was a pleasure to meet you. And on my wager that you decide you want to apply some colors to your machine, I've made a paint station available to you.
A thoughtful gift that might make you more money. You're a sidewinder, and it was damn good to meet you.
Aha!
Yute knew I'd want some colors on my beast, and she was right. Gonna put together her paint station and get flashy. Looks like shit, but sure does work. This is a good model. The paint jobs I own will take no time to install. And any paint programs I collect in the future will be installed just as easy. Looks like
You busy? I've got something special and I'm not far away. Can I drop in and hand it to you?
Sure thing. I'll be in the garden. Come on back.
Roger that. See you shortly. There it is, cowgirl. Just got the word last night and the badge this morning.
Didn't think I'd ever have an insignia on me again.
I know. I'm sure you got some feelings about this. If it helps, it does not need to be visible, so tuck it somewhere safe.
Helps a bit. What changes moving forward?
Since the Syndicate feels comfortable with you and the way you get things done, I get to hand you harder and more lucrative work now.
Good. Barely making ends meet on this prospect's pocket change.
Well, get your ass ready for that hunter's pay. You'll feel it immediately. Damn, Clem. I brought it to you because I thought I'd see that frown turn over, but you don't seem terribly excited. Or anything else. You okay?
I ain't trying to be a thorn, it's just complicated. I tried so hard to get away from this kind of life, you know? On one hand, I appreciate what this means for my livelihood here, but on the other hand, I guess I'm just worried about my soul.
Hey, what you're terrified of happening ain't gonna happen again. It can't. This ain't our home, and it ain't a shoebox in the middle of nowhere with 5 guard dogs.
I will try to keep that in mind. But, you know, old habits, old dog.
You're a brand new dog now, and you should be proud of this. I'm gonna get out of your hair, prickly pear. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jake. I appreciate you going to bat for me. Can I do this? While Jake prepares bounties that are more likely to kill me, I've got plenty to do. Low priority bounties, gardening, and fun new combat systems to obtain.
Howdy, Clem. Big boy bounties are coming in as we speak. Some are on your board now.
Splendid.
Well, here's something not so splendid. We've got marauders creeping around Dead Tooth, and they're gonna make their move any day now.
Marauders? As in wild thieves and arsonists plundering from remote settlements?
Yes, ma'am. But in our case, they're frequently mechanized. Too much heat and open space for a career in on-foot marauding. We don't deal with them a lot thanks to bounty hunters like yourself, but every now and then a new group decides to test the waters.
Sure. Let's hear the point.
The point is, boys like that play nasty. They're much more troublesome than idiots in stolen Mark 1s. I'd suggest tuning up your girl before I put this on your board.
Roger. I'll make something happen.
Fantastic. Talk soon.
Things are about to get a little harder for us, lady. I'm thinking we need something here. Something to give us an edge. You got any ideas? You ain't gonna talk, are you? I don't blame you. We don't know each other that well. This might require a consultation with Jeremy. Howdy, Jeremy. Been a while. I'm sorry about that. Been a little out of sorts. But I could really use you right now. I got an idea, but there's a hole in it. I want to bring 2 raptors into the field with me, but I can't do that. What I can do, I think, is bring more equipment. Problem with that is that I can't have a magnetic rail too close to the engine CPU. But moving it away means the sockets are now off the motor mount and onto the hips, or in the way of the vents. It's a pickle, Jeremy, and not the delicious kind. Hell, would be fine if I just didn't need a rail. That's it. I don't need magnets at all. The motor mount itself can be magnetized without making the CPU sick. 1 unified frame, but with 2 circuits, 2 auxiliary lines, and 2 grip mechanisms. It's gonna be hellish. Jeremy, you once again demonstrated your genius by shutting the hell up and letting me be a genius. Gonna make this crazy thing right now. was still serving. Punishment for minor misconduct was frequently perimeter duty. As a brazen and volatile private, I was made to do this many times. On the surface, it's an exercise in managing demoralizing boredom. But in places absolutely sick with marauders. All of Blackfront, the northern side of the Nebraskan fault line, and of course Yellowstone Reach. Perimeter duty is now a trial by fire, in which unsanctioned combat inevitably hits you. If you were a rabid dog like I was, one of two things happens when marauders first step over your line. You either succumb to your own unmanaged emotions and go down hard, or you finally have other dogs to play with, and you play. Tempering myself in this unhealthy way likely secured my military career. Point is, I fought and broke more marauders into pieces than I could possibly count. They're a type. Vile men in stolen equipment, codeless, outdated, and senselessly wild. Likely on account of desperate hunger and thirst. I'd feel bad, but they made their choice. Thing is, I ain't ever in my life fought marauders like this. Either these are the most experienced and talented wild men I've ever seen, or something simply ain't right here. It's like that toothy itch I get when some adult boy's trying to square up on me over beers. Only the opposite. Very tough cookies trying to look like they ain't. But ultimately, I don't care what they are. I'm just penning this now so I can shove it in Jake's face when I'm right. If these animals persist, I'll make a fortune on them, which means I'm out of here, even sooner than I had hoped. Clint.